Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are discussing the full moon in Taurus that is happening November 15th, 2024. We're going to talk about the full moon, kind of what to expect, and then we're going to go into a collective tarot reading to see any messages and advice that comes through. So with that being said, it is a general reading. Take what resonates and know that the intention was there for you to have a message in there. So let's get into it. A full moon. Most of you probably already know if you've been watching these videos on my channel for a while, the full moon is the end of the cycle. It's the time where we harvest the seeds of our intentions that we planted in the new moon of that cycle. And this is when emotions can be high. They can, heighten, and as well as your intuition will heighten during the full moon. This is all about the divine feminine energy, as well as illuminating things that maybe we weren't focused on before. You might see things a little bit more clearer now. And then the Taurus energy is very grounded energy. It's an energy of fertility, consistency, sensuality, very practical, all about physical security, and, manifestation. It is Venus ruled. So therefore it is very much about, your self-worth, how you see yourself in other people, intimacy, beauty, pleasure, how you experience pleasure, that can be mirrored through other people as well. So this Taurus energy is very, think of it as like treat yourself energy. It's very like grounded, but enjoys the earthly pleasures. But the shadow side of that can be very materialistic feeling and stubborn, because we do have that bull as the poster child for Taurus. So what does that mean in regards to the full moon in Taurus? So with this, it says your dreams need a practical plan. So practicality is a huge thing for Taurus energy. And so in this full moon, you might need to think more practical about what's going on, what your plans are, what your goals are, how to achieve them in a more practical and grounded way. Speaking of being grounded, it is a time right now, because again, emotions are already high. Emotions are already all over the place, especially in this collective. There's a lot of grief going on. There's a lot of moving through the emotions right now. So we need to get grounded and work through any negative feelings, any grief, any toxicity, working through all of that. Paying attention to having balance, finding balance between, being all up in the magical realm, law of attraction, manifesting, in the ethereal, and being grounded and taking inspired action and moving forward and making plans and goals, being very balanced between being very passionate about a particular subject or your goals, and then the other side of just crazy intensity over it. There's a big key of feeling the need to find balance here in this full moon. I feel like, especially me personally too, I am struggling to stay grounded right now. I'm struggling. I'm making it a point to try to bring myself back down to earth. So the balance here is going to be important to find. Big grounding energy here for all of us. So with that being said, we're going to move into the tarot reading. All right, so I have the tarot here. This is the Starlight Tarot by Wyspell, and then I have our handy dandy loved confirmation cards with the Astrology Oracles there. So this first tarot card is going to represent the overall message. All right, well, I mean, loud and clear. So this is the Justice card for the overall message for this full moon in Taurus. And then this next card is going to represent the advice on how to move through it. We've got the Hermit. Okay, 2 major arcana cards too, so big energy. All right, so with this being the focus on the message being justice, again, we are dealing with balance. We are dealing with finding our common ground within ourselves and our plans, how we can take action as well as keep the dream alive, A lot of us are figuring out how to plan and take those practical steps right now, as well as keeping hope alive, keeping the magic alive, keeping our emotions in check. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with what you need to focus on, how you need to go about it, and set yourself up for success by being fair to yourself. Because again, with this justice card, there's an emphasis of honesty, truth, and balance and fairness. This to me is also about give and take. So what were your intentions on the new moon that set you up for success for this full moon? And if you didn't achieve those goals, let's find a practical way to get to those goals the next full moon, right? So there's multiple ways that this might resonate for you, but the biggest one of all is just getting balanced, just finding that sweet spot. And I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes we've got to be really honest with ourselves and what needs to stay and what needs to go, who we need to be around and who needs to go, what we want to focus on, what's draining our mental health, what's draining our emotional health, our body, and what is uplifting us and what is propelling us forward. Remember, the key to this full moon is balance and practicality. So what can we do in a practical way to get to that balance? Which brings us to the advice card here with this Hermit. This is all about introspection. This is self-reflection and self-awareness too. Like, when you're looking at any type of, self-progression and working on yourself, you have to be aware of not only what you bring to the table and what you're really good at doing and what you're giving. It's about how you're doing it as well. Are you doing it in a altruistic way? Are you being very proactive? Are you being self-aware? So now is the time that you sit back, take some time for yourself in solitude and do some self-reflection, do some introspection, clear your mind. And sometimes too, being in this energy state, and what I've been doing as well during the, when I can, when I have the energy for it, is clearing out the clutter in not only my mind, but my space, my environment. So it looks like, getting rid of the things that you've been putting on the back burner for a while, getting rid of things that you haven't touched in 3 years, but it's still sitting in there. Why? Clearing out the clutter, because not only will that bring you peace and keep your mind calm, it invites new energy to come in. It invites new opportunities to come in. So when you do that, you're going to be able to get grounded a little bit easier. You're not in your head so much because you're putting that energy into your physical space. And this could be a great time for all of us to start meditating in a way that makes sense to you. You can do coloring, you can do, actual meditation, breath work, or you can go out walking, you can clear your head. Like, there's so many different ways of doing puzzles, watching very informative, educational videos, that sort of a thing. Like, meditation is all about, being aware, right? And then always know that you have it all within you, the wisdom that you need to propel yourself forward. You have so much experience. You have been through this before. So now it's time to go back in that reflection and recall what you need to bring out or what you need to remember in order to create this balance, to create this way forward for yourself, to be practical, right? So I'm seeing a lot of us taking time out, being by ourselves. And it's not, something that you have to go take a whole day and be by yourself, but it's giving yourself that time, that sacred time for you to just recuperate. Sometimes when you're out in public, you need like 3 days to recuperate, right? So it's giving yourself that space and that time to do so. All right, so now we've got some cards here. We're going to take a look at the Oracle of the Celestial Deities. The first card we've got here, Pegasus, friendship, freedom, and the wish to assist. So this is very much giving me that give and take energy, finding your group of people that can help ground you, but also encourage you to move forward. A lot of the time too with this justice card, it indicates, actual justice and karma. So being able to be free of those chains that maybe held you back and allow yourself room to fly in the direction that you want to fly in. So again, this could hit different for everybody, but giving yourself the freedom to move forward by allowing yourself to release what doesn't serve. But yeah, definitely connect with your people, your community that supports you and wants to help you. And again, this is also a time to get rid of the people that are not doing you and your community good. Reflect on that. And then we have Persephone with simplicity, rejuvenation, and the wish to balance. I mean, it's all it's all there. Definitely that confirmation. She is someone that is the epitome of balance, the archetype of balance sometimes, because she's in the underworld 6 months out of the year, and then she's in the world the other 6, spring and then to the underworld, right? So again, we're talking about rejuvenation as well. So what can you do to ground and feel better and process? Ooh, that's a word that's coming in strong. How to process. Right now is a tough time. Like, let's just call it what it is and leave it at that. So right now we need to figure out how to move through. All right. And that's where being practical comes in. What are things that you can do that provide you comfort, safety, and security, and how to keep you grounded? Because that's going to help with your balance as well as your rejuvenation. Again, call in an assist from a friend or a supported someone who supports you, a loved one. If you are needing a little bit of help, if you're needing a little bit of encouragement or just comfort, sometimes just getting a text message from somebody that is in your corner is all you need, right? Okay, next we're going to take a look at the heavenly bodies for confirmation. First up, we've got the 6th house, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. Again, practicality. So that's the house. That's what the house represents. But we're taking it as we are focusing on those things. We're being practical about our foundation. We are getting back to it. We are talking about our health, what we do in our daily life to project those goals and to keep going and moving forward. And then any details that we need to cross off our to-do list, we're going to take care of those. Again, we can be in the manifestation in the magical world and want to, put it into the ether, but we also have to take practical steps and inspired action to create, right? We are co-creators, right? So we have to take the practical steps too. Next, we've got Virgo energy. So this is definitely another a sister to the Taurus energy. Integrity, reverence, and service. How are you going to keep your integrity? How are you going to move forward in this full moon? How are you going to walk with your head held high, knowing you are honest with yourself, you are being integral, you are having integrity. And then 2, how are you going to be of service to yourself? How are you going to give yourself the love that you need, the encouragement that you need, that balance, right? Next, we got Uranus, radically change. So there is a change happening with you finding that balance. You're going to radically kind of have to switch things up. Things that aren't working for you anymore, you're going to need to figure out a new way. This energy is going to illuminate a lot of things that are no longer working. So we need to change that and find ways to provide a practical solution. And next we've got Scorpio energy, intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. all confirmations to what we were talking about. Exposing, as what we were talking about with the full moon, with illuminating, right? We're illuminating what needs to be changed, what we need to purge, and again, rejuvenation, renew that energy coming through. Next week, Earth confirmation here, persistence, patience, and practicality. Patience is definitely with this Hermit energy too. This needing to go within is something that you need to have patience with. Also, I see it with the Justice card as well. So confirmation there, but have patience with yourself when you're going through all this, because again, emotions are going to be high. Your intuition already knows. You're going to be able to figure out exactly what you need to work through, what you need to balance, etc. But don't give up. It might be a little difficult, but don't give up. And then we have Saturn. Feeling restricted, experience, struggle, and learn, hard work, and patience, more patience. But Saturn is about, structure. So and it can be about, lessons as well. So again, we're figuring out a balance. We're learning that, things aren't working for us anymore the way we used to do things. And now we got to move forward and do it a different way. We might be feeling the struggle. Are dealing with a lot. But now it's time to expand out of that and then, work through it, work through those structures. All right. Next we have the Starcodes Astro. We've got the Neptune with vision, have a vision to move forward. Also listening to your intuition. It's okay to be in a dream world sometimes, but you got to ground. So again, let yourself and your imagination run free. However, you need to ground back down. Then we got Venus confirmation there, beloved. So more of that Venus energy of feeling loved, focusing on beauty, focusing on, your self-worth and things that bring pleasure. And things that bring pleasure are not necessarily expensive things or even another person. It could be reading your favorite book. Again, creature comforts is what I'm getting the most of when it comes to pleasure. Eating your favorite food, girl dinner, whatever it feels like to you to feel grounded and feel that whole of energy, right? I'm saying right a lot. I don't know where that is coming from. Okay, then we have Descendant, which is an invitation. This is an invitation for us to get back to it, get right. It's an invitation to be authentically us in our truth, in what we want, in our practicality, in our being invited to get back to our self-worth. I see us working through this, and then it's an invitation to, there it is. It's that go get 'em, kid. That you got this, go get it. That's what that vibe is. Yeah, when you're playing sports or whatever, and you're coming in the home stretch, and you're not sure if you're gonna make the winning goal, and then somebody gives you your coach, go get him, kid, you got this. That's the vibe I'm getting. All right, next we got the 11th house with community. So again, call upon your community if you need to. You can create your own community. Remember, it doesn't necessarily have to be the ones that you've been with for 11 years. It can be new people that you can trust, right? We're letting go of things that are holding us back. We are now moving forward and being proactive. We're balancing out the scales. And your last one of this deck is Capricorn, achieve. You can achieve those. Oh, we've got Saturn in the back there too. You can achieve those goals by being practical, by balancing, and by moving forward in inspired action, right? Pay attention. Just pay attention to your surroundings and how far you are letting yourself leave, be disassociated, right? Be grounded in what you can do in the physical, right? I hope I'm making sense. Sometimes I have to be pretty coded when it comes to YouTube and social media. So if you catch my drift, you catch my drift. And then your last two cards here from the Herbal Astrology deck, we've got the Skull Cap with Stillness, which is confirming that Hermit energy. Being still and allowing yourself those moments of self-reflection and allowing yourself those moments of just being and figuring out what you need in that moment. this full moon is feeling intense, and it already feels intense, and I'm recording this earlier. So I'm just letting you know, this might be an intense feeling I can't even speak. This might be an intense full moon. So go within, call upon your spirit team or your deities that you work with, and allow yourself that time to work with them. And I'm even getting the hourglass here. So time, giving Scorpio energy as well. Call upon your guides, work with your spirit team, your deities, whatever it looks like to you. If you need extra support and your community here, that's what I'm getting to. You have a community. If you've already been working with your spirit team and your deities, they're here for you should you need them to help you. Work with them, allow them to help guide you to where you need to go. All right. Going within, self-awareness, reflection, solitude, clearing your mind. And your last one here is Coca, with the foresight. Again, this is giving intuition, looking ahead, planning ahead. So when you do the any kind of like magical workings, divination, anything like that, that can help you get foresight about what's to come. However, you need to have a plan in place to get to there. So if you are looking at, patterns of behavior, if you're looking at what your goals what you want your goals to be in the future, what you want to achieve, you have to have the foresight to be like, okay, if I want to be here at this time, or I want to do this, I've got to put this plan into place. So it's very much, again, having that balance between, being in that mindset of like looking ahead, but taking the practical steps to get to where you need to go to. So I hope this made sense. I hope you got what you needed out of this, that it resonated with you. This is going to be an intense one. So make sure you are staying grounded. That's what I keep hearing. That's what I see in my head is the grounding. Make sure you are not online all the time or watching the news. There's a lot going on. So this full moon, just give yourself a break. Just give yourself that time away to where you can recoup, reinvigorate, and renew. And then that'll allow you to see a clearer path forward, right? Because right now it feels like everything is jumbled. Everything's kind of up in the air. There's no like set thing happening, right? Like we can't really plan too far in advance. However, if we have a general idea, we can take that time out and really go within to see, what do I need to do today? What do I need to do right now that will provide me the security I need and the comfort that I need for right now? So regardless of what your full moon rituals look like, whether you do them or not, it is definitely advisable for you to take that time to pause, to be still. You don't have to be silent, but just cut off the world for a little bit. Cut off everything else that doesn't need your full-on attention at that time. All right. I hope, like I said, this made sense, but balance, grounding, and being practical are the main takeaways from this. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful full moon. I love you all. Stay safe out there. Stay grounded out there. Keep the faith, keep the hope alive. And I thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.